In the next several videos, we're going to take a look at creating charts and graphs in Google Sheets. We're going to start slow, and we're going to talk about how you can quickly get insights on your sheet data without having to know how to insert charts. One of the things that I still struggle with is knowing what is the right chart or graph to visually display my data. If you don't have a background in careers like accounting or data analytics, this might not be intuitive to you, but it is intuitive to Google Sheets. Google Sheets uses machine learning, so oftentimes it can anticipate the data that you'd like to display as well as the best way to display it. So, before we get into how to make these charts and how to insert these, let's take a look at how you can get some quick insights from your data. One of the first ways to do this is in the Data tab. So I'm going to click on the column C, because let's say that I'd like to get some information on the number of pages that the student has read. And this is a student reading log, so the student is tracking just on a very simple level. They're not giving a description, they're not naming the book or the author, they're just giving a setting, the genre, the date they read, total time they spent reading, and the pages. So let's say I wanted to get the data on the pages. I'm going to highlight column C, which is where that data is. And in the Data tab, I can click on column stats, and the sidebar is going to come up, and notice it gives me a suggestion for a chart, but then it also gives me valid information about my data. So it gives me the frequency, like 30 is the number of pages that is coming up the most frequently. So that's how many pages a student read. And when I hover over it, you can see how the number in the column highlight as well. It also tells me that this student has read 5,649 pages. They read an average of 32 pages each time they read. And the lowest they've read is 14, and the most they've read in a session is 49. So this is all without me having to use formulas or know how to insert charts. So I can highlight another row, or I can use these arrows to inspect data from the next column. Another option that I can use, I'm going to close this out, is the Explore tool. So I'm going to highlight all of the columns and rows. And what the Explore tool does is that it uses artificial intelligence or machine learning to ask questions about the data, and it also suggests ways to display that data. So when I click on that, you're going to notice that it's already giving me some information here. It's anticipating things I might want to know. Like maybe I want to know the most frequent city that students are reading about. And if I click on that, it's going to tell me Buenos Aires from the data. I can also get some ideas for charts or ways to display my data. So for example, this chart is showing me correlation between minutes read and pages read. Typically, I might want students to be reading 1 page a minute, so I can see that that correlation is happening here. And right here, I see an outlier. Like on this, for this particular session, the student read 14 pages in 25 minutes. So either there was a data entry error or something else was going on that was maybe distracting the student. So that's one of the nice things about inserting charts is you can actually visually see these outliers. And you can kind of see as you scroll down, these are all the different charts and graphics that Sheets is suggesting may help me display data in a way I'd like to display it. If I X this out, and likewise, let's say I want to find some suggestions for what to do with the cities, or I can go to Explore, and you see I can get some different graphics here. And to add them in, you can just click on the Insert button to add a chart into your spreadsheet. Right, in the next several videos in this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to actually insert your charts manually and how to edit and customize those charts. And then we'll discuss options for sharing them and creating dashboards with your data.